first, if you have had an experience with a permanent retainer that was good or bad, I'd like to know about it. Leave a comment below. The permanent retainer. Should everybody get it? I'm going to talk to you about two different cases, okay, that have made me think about this. Actually, we've discussed permanent retainer recently. First situation, okay, patient comes into the office, having been treated by us. Why are they in? We find out that there's a permanent retainer or lost a clear retainer. They were doing a clear retainer on the top, permanent retainer on the bottom. That is a classic because it's easy to get the permanent retainer on the bottom. The top is hard to get a permanent retainer on sometimes because the way that you bite can interfere with the retainer, lead to early breakage or just frequent breakage. So here's an example, remember? So the bottom teeth down here, you've got full access to those teeth. Right? When you bite down, you got full access to those teeth. Really, it's just your tongue and then watching what you chew. But then look at the top, right? See in there? That would be, it's hard to get a glued retainer in there. The dots are a little bit, sometimes they're a little bit big. Then you have the wire, and so if the bottom teeth are chomping on it, you can break it. Okay, so anyways, clear retainer on top, bottom glued retainer. They had the clear retainer, it got lost, and so they're interested in a new one. Well, we have lots of patients who love the permanent retainer. Again, I call it the fixed retainer because it's not permanent in the sense it can never come out. It definitely can come out. It can break. Well, lots of patients that do really well with the permanent retainer, but there are situations where I recommend that if you want to do a permanent retainer, maybe you should also do the clear retainer over the top. And here's why. Okay, this is the way that the patient presented, and you're like, that's not crazy. There's some orthodontic, discrepancies. That's all I say. No cases perfect, but you can get pretty close. So, but generally speaking, nice line teeth. And then let's look at the bottom where the permanent retainer is. Look at that. There it is, right there. These are the bottom teeth. Remember, you got the wire back here. This is one of those twisted wires, right? Small wires that are combined. You can see sometimes they'll have gold link chain back here or just like one stainless steel. Sometimes they do glue pads on one tooth right here and one tooth right here with a thick wire that just goes back here. So these teeth aren't really connected to the wire. In this case, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots of glue for each tooth. And that in theory could maybe hold the teeth a little bit better than just having, a dot here with a wire. But not everybody does those. And these ones arguably can break more. Just you have more spots where it can break. Okay, anyways, you can see some of the buildup. If you keep your teeth clean and you can go to the dentist, these bond retainers, they aren't necessarily causes of cavities or periodontal disease. So they can be great and they can hold your teeth really well. All right, so that's kind of besides the point right now. Oh my gosh, I just tried to push that up. It's not a touchscreen. Okay, so can you see why you would get the clear retainer? What does the clear retainer do? Well, it goes all the way around these teeth and these teeth. It's like, well, if you got the glued one, how come you need the clear one? For those of you astute budding orthodontists, look, okay, right here, space, boom, space, boom. Can you believe that? You're like, I spent how much money and now I've got space again, trying to close the space and I've got space again. And this is exactly what can happen. Sometimes individuals who begin with a lot of space, right? Or if they had teeth taken out, there's a chance that those teeth try to open back up, right? And you get space again. And the way that you try to prevent that is by having something that goes around all the teeth that connects the back teeth to the front teeth and it keeps everything squeezed together. Well, when you do a glued retainer, it doesn't matter which type of glued retainer, whether it's glued here and here or here, it's only going to hold these teeth. Now, in theory, the top teeth, can also try to help keep those teeth back. But what happens when you don't hold the teeth in place, so much can happen. It doesn't necessarily always go back. Here's the key, okay? Relapse can be in any direction, right? Maybe you didn't have space before and then boom, you get space. Now, are you at like a super high risk for getting space if you didn't have space before? Maybe not. So you're playing a risk game. But if you want to keep all of your teeth together, you've got to have something that covers all of these. So in our office, when we talk about a glued retainer, the fixed retainer, we are usually encouraging patients to consider, something that goes over the top of those teeth to help keep all the spaces closed. The retainer that goes in the back can also keep the teeth out because over time, these teeth in the back, they try to tip in. So it's helping maintain width and it's keeping all spaces closed. In case something like this breaks, then it's also helping keep the teeth straight until you can get it fixed. Now, look at the way that these teeth are lined up, and then you get right here. Same thing, teeth lined up right here and then right here. It's like this tooth is forward. Sometimes this could be a sign that there is a break in the retainer. Not the wire might be good, but the tooth may have separated from the glue. Anyways, keep that in mind. Let's look at the top real fast. Same thing, boom, right? In this case, they lost the retainer. So of course, if we had spaces before, that space is probably coming right back. It might just be a matter of time. So moral of the story is that glued permanent retainers in this case, they can be great. They can be great options, but if you're not careful, right, and you're not taking extra precautions, sometimes you can still, you can redevelop space, or I guess in more rare situations, you can develop space, new, because your body continues to change a little bit over time. I have a family super interested in the permanent retainers, and the question was, why doesn't everybody get permanent retainers? How come we don't just stick it in everybody's mouth? And the reality is, as you can see, is that it's not foolproof. It holds the front teeth straight, but it can still break. It's hard to clean around. Sometimes, as you saw in our other video, check it out, right? Those wires, it's different. Orthodontists, when you put in like a clear retainer or the other Holly type retainer, it's not really supposed to be moving your teeth. It's just holding it still. Well, when you put a wire in, right, and you glue that in, even the best clinicians probably at some point experience one retainer at least that maybe tries to twist on them, and so it twists the tooth. We try to be as careful as we can. So again, permanent retainers aren't foolproof. They aren't without risk. And so, we don't just put permanent retainers in everybody's mouth. That's not to say that, you shouldn't. You just have to understand what's involved in maintaining, in not breaking it. You have to understand what your risks are for space opening up if you only have retainers in the front teeth, and decide how you want to manage it. So, food for thought. If you know somebody who has a fixed permanent retainer and nothing else to hold the teeth, show them this video. If you are looking to straighten your teeth or beautify your bite, come find us so that I can help you. We can talk about retainers and the options for you. Or please leave a comment below so we can chat about your experience, so that I can continue to open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got, just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.